1, 2, 3, 4.
Got the steering linkage put back on. We're going to have to adjust the tie rods because we took it all apart just to get it all cleaned up and painted. Our alignment is way off currently. That, and we still have to get the gearbox back on right here. So we're going to have to do a little bit of work on our fuel lines. This was originally the feed line for the old carbureted engine. We're actually going to use this as the return line. And it's going to go back into the top of the tank just like it used to feed. The new fuel feed line will come out of the bottom of the tank. That way we can use tank pressure to actually help feed the electric fuel pump to get the fuel up here. So this one will stay here. We're going to clean it up and straighten it up some. And then the other new fuel line will come down the driver's side frame rail and feed on the back of the engine on the driver's side. The lights off in the shop right now. We had to cut out this truss in the center so that we could get the lift up full extension. We braced up above the center of the lift, and we lost our lights up there just because we had to cut the wiring. So Larry's up there rewiring that light, so we'll have some better lighting. Alright, well Larry's still working on the lights up there. I'm going to go ahead and start on swapping this oil pan out. This is the factory truck oil pan, which is fine in most applications, but this application, since we are on air ride, the oil pan actually sticks down below the cross member a little bit, so we're swapping over to this lower profile oil pan. I believe it's 7.5 inches, whereas this one is a 9-inch deep pan. So apparently there's still oil in it. Alright, you'll see that the oil pickup tube actually sticks down into the oil pan. Since we are going with a shallower pan, we're going to have to go with the shallower pickup tube as well. And the new pan actually came with a new windage tray, so we're going to go ahead and swap out the windage tray as well. The engine is extremely clean on the bottom side, which I would expect it to be with it being a 2013, but it appears to be very low mileage. This is the oil pan kit that we get. It's got a new windage tray, pickup tube, dipstick. You have to change the dipstick over to the shallower pan, otherwise you're not going to get an accurate reading. It comes with all new bolts, and of course the oil pan and new gaskets. We went ahead and painted the oil pan to match the motor, just to get rid of the raw aluminum. But there is the part number for low profile pan. This is very critical to get seated properly. It's the O-ring for the oil pickup tube. If it's not seated properly or it gets torn, then you're not going to have the suction needed to pick up the oil out of the pan, which could eventually gouge your motor. Alright, there's the new pickup tube and windage tray. This is actually shallower to accommodate for the shallower pan. We'll go ahead and start going on with the new oil pan now. Alright, the new oil pan is on, all torqued down, looks clean, drain plug is in. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting the motor mount adapter plates put on the engine. You can see right here, we're using a standard small block Chevy motor mount. These are the adapter plates to go from the new style LS motor mount to the old school. That way you can still use the old school engine stands. They do make a whole stand kit where you don't have to run these adapters, but this is the most cost-effective route to go. There's nothing wrong with it, they're just as strong as anything else. Alright, we're not running any lock washers on these. This one here is a taper bolt that sits flush with the plate. So now we'll go ahead and run a little bit of Loctite on there, just to ensure that it doesn't back out down the road. And we'll go ahead and do the rest while we're at it. I'll show a view of the plate bolted to the motor as soon as I get these tightened down. Alright, and here's a view of the plate on the engine. You see this one is a flush bolt just due to being behind the actual motor mount itself, like this. So it utilizes 4 bolts. This one actually goes in through the bottom bolt on the motor mount. just like that. Alright, so we have the motor mounts fully bolted up. This is what they look like. You can see the adapter plates there and the old school motor mounts, which will go onto the factory engine stands on the subframe. There's this side. Very simple adapter, works with many different applications. Alright, I'm getting ready to make the transmission and engine. This is our 4L60E automatic. I went ahead and cleaned it up and painted it in same color paint as the engine. We've had really good results out of it, so that's what we use. It's just a duplicolor engine paint. I'll go ahead and get it bolted up. Alright, hardest part is getting this first bolt started. The rest should go pretty easy now that it's on the line of pins.